Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Well, I mean, I am really surprised at the controversy because what he said at the press conference may be true, may not be true, right? But what he said was sounded like a science fiction story. And this is not about BJP, it is not about Congress, it is not about any politics or any political party. It's about the foundation of our democratic structures. It's about the election process. It's about free and fair elections. And therefore, for anybody to come out and say that this is Congress this or Congress that, it's nothing to do with politics. Here is a man, there are some facts which are uncontroverted. Here is a man who has political asylum in the US, right? Why was he given political asylum? Somebody has to find out. Here was a man who says that he worked on a project with ECIL. It's called MS7B, in which 11 people or 13 people worked, right? Now that's something that can be verified from ECIL itself. He says that on a certain day, and he gives the date, 11 of them were shot, which sounds unbelievable. But if they were not shot, they would be on the rolls of that project. Or if it's over, they'll be able to discover where they are. I mean, you are, you stand for those who claim to be one of the best investigating teams around in India. This is your job, to find out what the man is saying is true or not. And he's given all the details. He's given the names of persons. He's given the project detail. He's given the year. He's given the time and date. He's given the place at which the incident occurred, right? He's given everything that any person would require for the purposes of investigation. This is not about whether he's true, what he said is true or what he said is not true.
But you still haven't answered. How did you land up at the press conference?
I landed up seriously. Invitation was given to everybody. I got a personal invitation from Ashish. He spoke to me. He said, look, somebody is coming from America and he's going to say something sensational. I have I had some personal work. I don't want to reveal that. It's about my grandchild. And also I had, a professional engagement. And Ashish said, why don't you come? And I went. What's wrong with that? If I am there, it doesn't mean that this particular event was done by the International Journalists Association, right? That they're the ones who, that's what he said, they booked the hall, they paid for everything. What has it got to do with Congress party or me or anybody? The fact of the matter is that these are very serious allegations, not just serious allegations. He says he met a certain political person who flew from Delhi of a particular political party.
Aam Aadmi Party.
What he gives the name of the person, right? He gives the date when he met. This can be verified from the passport. He gives the name of another journalist who happens to. Well, I don't want to, not for me to take names. He has taken the name. He says when he met him. Now, that can be verified, right? So if those people want to know, India wants to know, then India also wants to know whether these people met him and what they did about it. So these are all very serious issues. And then he says all this is verified by the Department of Justice and the Department and the Home Security. Homeland Security. So all these are things that you should investigate. It is not for any party to investigate. Journalists are meant to do this.
But the Union Law Minister, he seems to suggest that it was some part of a grand conspiracy by the Congress.
So therefore, the 11 people were killed because of the Congress conspiracy. If he's right, that he got political asylum is Congress conspiracy, that the Department of Justice and Homeland Security has verified his records and found some element of truth in what he says is Congress conspiracy. I mean, these people must be really, living in Lulu land to me even make an allegation like this. I am a concerned citizen of this country. I want purity of elections and I want the Election Commission. If they want to file cases, let them file cases, but their primary duty is to find out whether this man is telling the truth or not.
So are you going to file a case in the Supreme Court?
No, who am I to file a case? This is in the public domain. You know, I happened to be at an event where such claims were made. Prima facie, if you look at these claims, you know, it's difficult to believe them. But the kind of details that have been given and the clarification that he has issued is mind-boggling, because now it is clear that he has an identity in the United States. It is clear that he was given political asylum. It is clear he's given the names of the 11 persons. He has said exactly what happened, where the incident took place, which guest house it took place, right? And how people were living. That's what his claim is. Now, it is for journalists, and the government of India should be concerned. The government of India actually should set up an inquiry and ask a sitting judge to find out whether what he's saying is true or not. Right?
So what if it is not true?
Yeah, then he should be dealt with. And if it is true, then who should be dealt with?
But you are suggesting that in order for the people to know whether this is true or not, there should be a proper investigation.
Naturally. See, look, if anybody makes an allegation like this, that look, I was shot at or 11 people were killed, what does the law of the Supreme Court say? That automatically an FIR should be lodged. Automatically. Who has lodged that FIR? Instead of saying it's a Congress conspiracy and on, you know, things that only are for the public, in the public domain for nothing. I mean, this is mindless comments. It has no logic to it. Instead of looking at these details and being concerned about the future of the country, and instead of the Election Commission wondering as to whether this is true or not, right, and taking steps to investigate into the matter, you start making allegations against individuals and parties. I just don't understand it.
Did you ever meet this gentleman, the Sayyid, before?
No.
Never.
No.
Never. No. And you were there in London on a personal trip.
There are 2-3 things. Yes, absolutely. And apart from that, why I was there, how I was there is none of anybody's. I happened to be at a meeting, right? And I am entitled. I was sent an invitation and I went there.
He claims that he sent out an invitation to the organization.
No, Ashish
sent out.
Ray sent out an invitation also to the Election Commission of India. That's what he said before he started the press conference. He said he sent out an invitation to all political parties, including the Election Commission of India. And he also, because I am a personal friend of his, he also sent an invitation to me, and I went there.
So what do you expect the government to do now?
Nothing. I just expect journalists of this country to investigate, and the government of India not to start accusing people and get worried about whether, and if this is true, really worried about it. That's all. Nothing more than that. We're not making any, I'm not, though he has made some allegations against the BJP, I'm not making any allegations. I'm not as irresponsible as the law minister to make allegations against the Congress party. I'm not making allegations. I'm saying this is serious, right? And we want action to be taken to find out whether this is true or not. And if it is, then it's perhaps the most serious matter that has come up in the last 40-50 years, if this is the state of affairs.